So just got through, I think that was my 4th or 5th workout total in the last few weeks, but getting a little bit more each time. It's definitely going the long way. Staying mostly on machines. There's still some traffic, but to be honest with you, I'm just not in shape enough to know that, okay, if I go over those dumbbells, am I going to be able to effectively do anything with those dumbbells as opposed to using just the machines? Right now it is the machine, so I'm starting out at a base stabilization. The mobility is good, drinking a lot of water. You can see the tones there. Haven't lost that. Still, using a lot of the weights if I go back to when I first started working out when I was a teenager and, putting on muscle mass. I definitely am at that. Probably when I was about 16 years old, something like that. Kettlebells are a little ways away. TRX is a little ways away. But once I do go into that, the progress is pretty rapid after that. So for right now, it's really just getting the muscle endurance to be able to endure. Right now I'm doing systemic, full body, jumping out on 5 reps here and there, 12, 15 reps, really trying to keep the muscle fascicles and the proprioception the number one thing. But I don't want to limit my range of motion or damage the articulation of any joints. So I skipped shoulders today, did everything else, did some leg raises, got 8 to 10 reps on those. Those are probably the number one core exercise that I'd recommend because they're an open chain exercise, because your obliques are midway having to stabilize like lattice work. So you're not only getting the iliopsoas, the psoas major more than minor, if you got one. Not everybody's included in that club, and you have to have been real lean to know whether or not you do. But the articulation of that joint system is a pretty tough one. Doing 8 to 10. Got a couple sets in on that. Did a few sets with, I did about 9 sets total of chest, I believe. I did 5 or 6 on back. I'm trying to get back, doing pull downs, but also isolating the area. I wish I could show you, but there's no video footage in there, and you know how that is these days. Got tricep push downs, knocked out biceps, the last thing really after doing back. It's like doing multiple sets. So when you're coming up, I always recommend, if you're doing chest, why not throw a few sets of triceps in there? It's kind of like getting a 2-for-1 special, and being able to directly affect certain areas of those muscle fascicles. It's particularly in areas around joint systems, like around the elbow. And then biceps, starting to edge my way up. Got a few sets on that after doing my back, as I said. Did some very minor leg presses. In fact, I was just using the squat machine just to kind of feel through it, almost like 3/4 squats. Really, that's what they were. Supported 3/4 squats, and then did hips, abduction, the glute medius, very important to get in. Did a set of single leg, I wouldn't say it contralateral or ipsilateral. I was supported on that leg press, i.e. calf raise machine, and went through single leg and then did a dual leg movement. And what else did I get in there? I did some dips. I'd already mentioned that. Some dips, some presses, things like that. And it all added up. So I didn't do any crunches for the upper abdominals this time around, but the last workout I did get in 3 solid sets of crunches. Boy, that's weird going back and only being able to do 15 or 20 of them and getting fatigued, but I did. Getting sets of 20 full complete crunches. Nothing to brag about for sure, and it's definitely time to start stretching and doing a small amount of cardio in the coming weeks.